What are you doing? I'm working out my jaw for a nice jawline, duh. Hello, servus, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Felicia. I'm originally from Munich, Germany, but I came to Cincinnati, Ohio in 2016 and have been living here ever since. So this is the 6th episode in my mini-series on random differences between Germany and the US. Make sure to check out the other episodes as well. After you've watched this one, of course. I've talked about male circumcision, ice cream, oil changes, cats, and peeing. All of these topics are things where I found a huge cultural difference between Germany and the United States, but couldn't really see a logical explanation as to why the two countries would handle those things differently. That's why I called the series Random Differences, and also because it was a pretty wild mix of topics, and today may actually be the most random one of them all, because today I'll talk about how Americans are obsessed with jawlines. Now, if you're American, you're probably asking yourself why this is a topic for a video, and if you're German, you're probably like, what the f is a jawline? Doesn't jaw mean Kiefer, so the lower part of your face around your mouth? Yes, it does, and when I first came to the US, I had no clue what a jawline was either. But during my first few months here, a couple of female friends and I talked about what kind of guys we're attracted to, and my friend Mallory, shout out to you, said that nowadays everyone's into guys with a nice jawline. And I remember how I asked what she meant by that, and then I went ahead and looked up the German translation for it, and I was just really confused. Spoiler, there is no German translation, or at least not one that people would actually use. The best translation is Kinn-Kiefer-Partie, but no German would ever say that they're into someone with a nice Kinn-Kiefer-Partie. And the fact that there isn't really a word for that already shows how little this is talked about in German society. And yeah, I mean, I had never talked about a guy's jawline with my friends, and I don't think I've ever read or heard about it in gossip magazines or shows either. And isn't that crazy that two countries that are very similar otherwise when it comes to pop culture and beauty standards are suddenly so different about one random facial feature? Now, jawlines really have become a big topic when it comes to attraction and beauty for men, because a strong jawline supposedly makes them look more manly, but also for women. I've even gotten compliments on my jawline before, and believe me, no one has ever said that to me in Germany. And I didn't know this before, but of course I did some research for this video, and there are actually tons of jawline workouts and exercises out there that people do to get a more defined jawline. And there's also a pretty big market for plastic surgery. Like, there's actual surgeries to reshape your jaw, and I also saw a lot of offers for hyaluronic acid treatments to just enhance your jawline a little. I've also found these offers in the German-speaking countries, but the funny part is that they actually use the English word jawline in their advertisements and then describe what that is exactly, which I would assume probably means that this topic has come over from the US or other English-speaking countries pretty recently. I'm sure this doesn't mean that Germans haven't paid attention to people's jawlines before. I think for us, when we talk about those kind of things, it probably just falls under the category of like facial structure or something like that, or we say someone has a chiseled face. And I've also been thinking that maybe it's never been that big of a topic in Germany because Germans typically have a stronger jawline, or at least that's my personal impression. I'd say that a lot of people in Germany, but also in other neighboring countries, have rather chiseled faces overall, and you know, things like prominent noses, which I feel like in the US or in the UK too isn't quite as common. So maybe that makes it a little more special here. Those are just my thoughts, but I'm really interested to hear your experiences and opinions. So my first question is, has this jawline topic always been around in the US, or is this something that has come up in the past decade or two and is now coming over to Germany with a little delay? Also, do you actually find that to be an attractive feature on men or on women? And if you're German, have you ever heard of the term jawline before? Have you mentioned this facial feature when talking about people? If you're like me and didn't know this was even a thing, please just go and Google it. The internet is full of it. It's really crazy. And last but not least, if you're from another country, Is this a topic in your culture, and do you guys have a word for it? I want to know all of these things because the internet hasn't really helped me out with these questions, so please let me know in the comments below. As I said, this really was a pretty random topic, but I've had it on my list forever and I just needed to bring it up eventually because it surprised me so much in the beginning. If you can think of another topic that plays a huge role in the one culture but is more or less non-existent in the other, please share that too, because I think those things are really fascinating. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this video, even if you're not super into beauty topics. I'm not either usually. Again, don't forget to check out the other videos of this series. Links are in the info box below, and subscribe to my channel for free to become a part of our intercultural community. If you'd like to see more behind the scenes stuff from me, make sure to follow me on social media and stay tuned for the next and last episode of this series in 2 days on Thursday. And that one will be a food related one again. I'll talk about cookies in the US and just baking in general. So I'll see you then. Tschüss!